You wake up every morning and wonder, am I ready for the day ahead? There's this feeling, this weight that lingers in the back of your mind. How do you shake it off? What's the secret to not only surviving the day but conquering it with energy, clarity, and power? The truth is, you have the power to shape your reality every single day. And it all starts with the words you tell yourself. Have you ever thought about how much your words can influence your mood, mindset, and life itself? Every thought, every phrase, every whisper to yourself has power. The way you talk to yourself determines whether you succeed or struggle. The reality we live in often feels overwhelming, but here's the amazing thing. You don't have to accept it. You get to define your reality, your worth, your future. Why do we let doubt creep in so easily? Why do we feed ourselves negativity when there's so much potential to tap into? What if you knew that every time you spoke positivity into your life, you were creating a future of success? That's the key. In every moment, you have the opportunity to influence your destiny. The right words can shift your perspective, your energy, and even your ability to see the world around you. Think about it. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't. But if you tell yourself you can, you just might find the courage to try. Words have that power. Words create actions. When you wake up tomorrow, what will your first thoughts be? Will you allow doubt to set the tone? Or will you greet the day with a mindset that empowers you? The truth is, we are constantly talking to ourselves, whether we realize it or not. But the real question is, are we choosing words that uplift us or words that hold us back? It's easy to get lost in the cycle of negative self-talk, especially when things aren't going well. But if you shift your focus to affirmations that energize you, you'll begin to see the shift in how you approach each moment. Think about the energy you put out into the world. Is it uplifting or defeating? Each thought you have shapes your reality. And here's the thing. The world responds to the energy you emit. The way you carry yourself, the words you speak to yourself, and the energy you give off all matter. But here's the kicker, it all starts with you. You control your narrative. You are the author of your story. And every day is another page you get to write. The first step to becoming the best version of yourself is knowing that the most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. You're probably thinking, sure, but is this really going to work for me? Will changing my thoughts actually change my life? Well, let me tell you this. There are countless studies in psychology and neuroscience that support the impact of self-talk on our mental and emotional well-being. It's not just some motivational fluff. The words you say to yourself shape your neural pathways. They influence your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately, your reality. So when you speak positively about yourself, when you affirm your strengths and abilities, your brain starts to believe it. And when your brain believes it, your life begins to reflect it. Have you ever noticed how you feel after someone gives you a compliment? A genuine compliment can light you up and leave you feeling empowered. But what if you could give yourself that same power every day without needing anyone else's validation? The beauty of self-talk is that you have the ability to validate yourself. You don't need external praise to feel worthy, capable, or strong. You are enough. And the more you affirm that, the stronger you become. This isn't about arrogance. It's about believing in yourself when the world may not. It's about standing tall, no matter the circumstances. But here's a crucial point. It's not just about saying any words. It's about saying the right words. Words that create change. Words that drive you to action. Words that challenge you to be better. Think about the words you're telling yourself right now. Are they empowering, or are they holding you back? I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I'm a failure. These thoughts might sound familiar, but they're not your truth. They're just thoughts, and they can be replaced. Every time you catch yourself in a cycle of negativity, replace it with something powerful, something that challenges your old narrative. I am worthy. I have the strength to succeed. Every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Can you see the difference? These words, they light a fire inside you. As you go through your day, the words you say to yourself will either fuel your growth or hold you back. The choice is yours. Think of it this way. Every time you say something negative, you are reinforcing the belief that you're not good enough. But every time you choose empowering words, you are rewriting that belief. You are telling yourself that you are capable, strong, and worthy of success. This isn't about denying your struggles. It's about recognizing that despite the struggles, you are still worthy of achieving greatness. Your struggles don't define you. Your responses to them do. So, what words should you start telling yourself? What are the powerful affirmations that can help you unlock the potential inside of you? Here are 9 powerful things you can start telling yourself every single day. These words have the power to transform your mindset, fuel your passion, and help you tap into the best version of yourself. These words aren't just suggestions, they're the keys to unlocking your inner power, your confidence, and your unstoppable drive. When you say these things to yourself daily, something shifts. You feel more in control, more aligned with your purpose, and more equipped to handle whatever comes your way. You see, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment to begin. It's about starting right now. It's about taking control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your life. And it all starts with the words you choose. The words you speak to yourself every day have the power to shape your world. When you commit to speaking powerful truths to yourself, you begin to see a shift in your mindset, your energy, and your life. It's time to take back control. It's time to tell yourself the truth about who you really are. Are you ready to start? Every morning when you wake up, there's a choice to be made. You can either let the day unfold with its endless uncertainties, or step into your own power and take charge of how things unfold. You might think, how can I really control all the chaos around me? It feels like the world has a mind of its own. But the truth is, while we can't control everything, we always have control over how we respond. And one of the most powerful ways to control your response is by being intentional with your thoughts. The thoughts you have in the morning, the way you frame your day from the very beginning, is crucial to setting the tone for everything that follows. You see, it's not about what happens to you, but how you choose to perceive it. This subtle shift in mindset is incredibly powerful, because once you realize you can control your thoughts, you can shape your reality. If you've been living with self-doubt, frustration, or feeling stuck, you need to understand that this is temporary. Just because you've been telling yourself negative stories doesn't mean those stories are true. It's just a habit. A pattern you've created, but it's not permanent. The stories you've been telling yourself can be rewritten. It's all about changing the narrative. When you choose to tell yourself things that empower you, things that reflect your potential rather than your limitations, you open up an entirely new reality for yourself. And the key to all of this is in your daily self-talk. Every thought you have, every word you speak to yourself is creating a version of reality that is either lifting you up or holding you down. Do you realize how much power you have over your emotions? We often let external factors dictate how we feel, right? But what if you told yourself that you didn't need the world to change for you to feel at peace? What if you decided that your inner peace, your happiness, and your sense of fulfillment were all available to you no matter what's going on outside? Imagine how freeing that would be. This doesn't mean ignoring the struggles or pretending everything is perfect, but rather acknowledging that your internal state is yours to manage. It's a choice you make every single day. No one can take that power away from you unless you allow it. You have the ability to create a strong inner foundation that's unshaken by external circumstances. That's real power. Let's talk about resilience for a moment. How often do we hear about it but fail to truly embrace it in our own lives? Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about developing the mental strength to bounce back stronger every single time you face adversity. And you know what? You can build that strength with your self-talk. The words you choose when you're going through tough times will determine whether you stay stuck or rise up. When things don't go as planned, the temptation to give up is real. But you can fight that temptation by telling yourself, I am strong enough to get through this. I am capable of overcoming this challenge. I will come out of this situation better, smarter, and stronger than before. This is how you build resilience, by repeating these empowering words over and over until they become a part of your belief system. In every obstacle, there's an opportunity. It may seem impossible to find sometimes, but trust me, it's there. When life throws you curveballs, the last thing you want to do is succumb to negative thinking. It's easy to go down that rabbit hole of why is this happening to me? But here's a powerful truth. The most successful people aren't those who never face hardships. They're the ones who choose to view challenges as stepping stones. They know that with every setback comes a lesson, a chance to grow, a chance to get better. When you tell yourself this is an opportunity to grow, you shift your mindset from victimhood to empowerment. You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as invitations to expand your abilities, to refine your skills, and to transform your life. Every time you speak positively to yourself, you are reinforcing your own belief in your potential. It's not just about saying words that sound nice. It's about genuinely believing in them and internalizing them. When you believe in yourself, you take action. You make decisions that align with your highest goals and desires. The more you say, I am capable of achieving great things, the more likely you are to take the actions necessary to actually achieve them. It's like planting seeds in your mind. Every time you affirm your strength and your ability to succeed, you are cultivating a garden of confidence that will blossom into your reality. And you know what the best part is? This garden isn't just something you create once and forget. It grows stronger with every affirmation, every positive word, every empowering thought. Think about the times you've told yourself, I'm not good enough or I can't do this. What did that self-talk create? Fear, doubt, procrastination. It kept you stuck, didn't it? Now imagine the opposite. What would happen if you consistently told yourself, I am more than enough. I am capable of incredible things? You'd feel more confident. You'd take more risks. You'd push yourself outside your comfort zone, and you'd make progress toward your dreams. That's the power of your words. They don't just affect how you feel, they affect how you act, how you show up in the world, and how you take on challenges. By shifting your self-talk, you change the course of your life. The world often tells us that success is about external achievements, getting the promotion, winning the race, having the perfect relationship. But the truth is, success starts within. The way you talk to yourself, the way you encourage and uplift yourself, sets the foundation for everything else. No one can control the world around you, but you have complete control over your internal dialogue. And once you master that, once you begin speaking to yourself like a champion, the world will have no choice but to mirror your confidence. You don't need to chase validation from others when you've already validated yourself. Your worth is intrinsic. It's built on the words you speak to yourself every single day. The road to success isn't linear. It's filled with bumps, turns, and obstacles. But with the right mindset, the right words, and the right daily affirmations, you can navigate any challenge with grace and resilience. Each day is a new opportunity to reaffirm your worth, your purpose, and your potential. Your words are the foundation upon which you will build your success. If you start each day with the right words, you set yourself up for victory. So, ask yourself, are you ready to speak life into your dreams? Are you ready to believe in your own power? Because the moment you start telling yourself the truth about your capabilities, your life will begin to reflect that truth. The best part? You're just getting started. How many times have you heard the phrase, you are what you think? It's an expression that's been used for centuries. But have you ever really stopped to consider just how much it impacts your life? The thoughts you carry throughout your day are not just fleeting ideas. They're the building blocks of your reality. The energy you invest in those thoughts determines whether you succeed or stumble. It's easy to believe that success comes from external factors, hard work, luck, timing, but the real secret to achieving greatness is found within. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions create your destiny. So, if you want to change your life, it starts with changing the way you think. If you wake up every morning telling yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that today is your day, you set the stage for a life of purpose and power. We live in a world that's filled with distractions and noise. It's easy to get caught up in what others think, or in the constant race to achieve more, be more, do more. But what if, instead of chasing validation from the outside, you started looking inward? What if the most powerful thing you could do every single day is to affirm your own worth? When you truly believe in your own value, your life changes. You stop seeking approval from others because you know deep down that you don't need it. You are enough exactly as you are. The external world may always have its opinions, but the one opinion that matters most is your own. And when you speak to yourself with respect, kindness, and confidence, you are aligning yourself with your highest potential. Too often we live in a constant state of comparison. We look at others and wonder why we're not achieving the same success or living the same life. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that everyone else has it figured out while we're still struggling to find our way. But here's the truth. No one's journey is the same. The success of others doesn't diminish your own potential. In fact, when you embrace the uniqueness of your own path, you open yourself up to the possibility of creating something truly extraordinary. Instead of comparing yourself to others, start comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you growing? Are you improving? Are you moving closer to the person you're meant to be? That's all that matters. The only competition you have is with your past self, and every day is a new opportunity to outdo who you were yesterday. How many times have you felt like giving up? Life is a way of throwing curveballs, testing your resilience, and pushing you to your limits. But here's something powerful. Every time you choose not to quit, Every time you keep going despite the odds, you are strengthening your resilience. And resilience isn't just about surviving tough times. It's about using those challenges as fuel to become stronger, wiser, and more determined. You are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And when you remind yourself of that every day, you become unstoppable. You may not have control over everything in life, but you have complete control over how you respond. So when life knocks you down, get up, dust yourself off, and tell yourself, I'm stronger than this. I can overcome anything that comes my way. In moments of doubt, it's easy to forget just how far you've come. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you haven't made enough progress or that you're still not where you want to be. But take a moment and reflect on how much you've already accomplished. The fact that you're here today reading this shows that you have already overcome challenges, learned lessons, and persevered through obstacles. You are not the same person you were yesterday, and that's something to be proud of. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. And when you consistently remind yourself of your progress, you build momentum. You create a cycle of growth and improvement that continues to propel you forward. So, instead of focusing on what you haven't achieved yet, take time to celebrate how far you've already come. That's how you build confidence and continue on the path to greatness. Let's talk about the fear of failure for a moment. We've all been there, haven't we? The fear that holds us back from taking risks, the fear that tells us we're not good enough to try. But let me tell you something. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of growth. Every time you fail, you learn. Every time you fail, you get one step closer to success. The key is not to avoid failure, but to use it as a stepping stone. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never failed. They're the ones who failed the most and kept going. They saw failure as a necessary part of the journey, not a roadblock. So, instead of fearing failure, start telling yourself, I am not afraid to fail. I am not afraid to try. Failure is simply a lesson that will guide me to my success. We all have dreams, big dreams. Dreams that feel so far out of reach that they almost seem impossible. But here's the thing. Those dreams are meant for you. The fact that you have them means that they are possible. And it's not about waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, or the right time. It's about going after your dreams with everything you've got, no matter what. The road to success is never a straight line, but when you stay focused, determined, and relentless, those dreams will become a reality. Every day is a chance to take a step closer to your dreams. It doesn't matter how small that step is. What matters is that you keep moving forward, keep believing, and keep taking action. Your dreams are waiting for you to show up and claim them. Here's the truth. You are worthy of every good thing that's coming your way. Too often we convince ourselves that we don't deserve success, happiness, or love. But let me remind you of something. You are worthy just as you are. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to earn your worth. It's already been given to you. When you start believing in your worth, you begin to attract the things you desire. You'll find opportunities opening up for you, doors that were once closed suddenly wide open. When you treat yourself with the same love and respect that you give to others, you create a powerful energy that attracts abundance and joy into your life. Your worth is not tied to your accomplishments or the approval of others. It's intrinsic. It's who you are. And once you embrace that truth, you'll see how much more you're capable of achieving. The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. Your self-talk shapes your life, your reality, and your future. If you want to change your life, you have to change your thoughts, your beliefs, and the words you speak to yourself. Every single day, you have the opportunity to affirm your power, your worth, and your potential. You have the ability to create a life that is filled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment. It all starts with what you tell yourself. So choose your words wisely. Speak to yourself like the powerful, capable, and worthy person you are. The world will respond to the energy you put out, and when you speak with confidence, gratitude, and purpose, the universe has no choice but to align with your desires. You've probably heard that thoughts become things, but how often do you truly grasp the weight of that statement? Every thought you have is like planting a seed in the garden of your life, and those seeds grow into what you experience. When you think negatively about yourself, about your future, or about your potential, you're unknowingly sowing seeds of doubt and limitation. But here's the incredible part. When you choose to think positively, when you affirm your abilities and your worth, you're planting seeds of strength, confidence, and success. The garden of your life is shaped by the thoughts you allow to grow there. Are you planting flowers or weeds? What kind of energy are you cultivating in your mind? The thoughts you think today will determine the landscape of your future. The good news is, you have the power to change your thoughts at any moment, and when you do, you'll see your reality shift in ways you never thought possible. We all have those moments where we feel overwhelmed by the weight of our dreams and goals. It's natural to have doubts and fears about whether we're capable of reaching our highest potential. But let's shift the narrative for a moment. What if you began to view your goals not as burdens but as opportunities? What if you told yourself that every challenge you face is simply another chance for you to grow and level up? Instead of feeling defeated when things don't go according to plan, see those moments as valuable lessons that will propel you forward. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you're willing to push through discomfort, when you embrace the challenges that come with pursuing your dreams. Every time you encounter an obstacle, tell yourself, this is an opportunity for me to rise higher. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to stop waiting for external validation. How often do we look to others for approval, for confirmation that we're on the right path? The truth is, you don't need anyone else's permission to live your life the way you want to. You have the ability to validate yourself. When you start giving yourself the approval you've been seeking from others, you step into your own power. You stop measuring your worth by how others see you, and instead you measure it by how you see yourself. Imagine how liberating that would be. You no longer wait for someone to tell you that you're good enough. You already know it. And the more you affirm that, the more you'll be able to take bold, decisive actions toward your dreams without being held back by fear or self-doubt. If you're still holding on to past failures or mistakes, it's time to let them go. Every person on this earth has faced setbacks, made mistakes, and had moments of doubt. But those experiences don't define who you are. They're just chapters in your story. When you dwell on past failures, you prevent yourself from moving forward. Instead of allowing past mistakes to hold you hostage, choose to see them as stepping stones that led you to this point in your journey. Without those lessons, you wouldn't be the person you are today. So, when you're faced with setbacks, remind yourself, I've learned from my past and I'm stronger because of it. I have the power to create my future. It's time to let go of any lingering regret and move forward with the knowledge that every experience is part of your growth. The idea of self-doubt can be paralyzing, but you have the power to silence that inner critic once and for all. When that voice in your head tells you that you're not good enough or that you'll never make it, respond with something powerful. Challenge that voice. Speak back with affirmations that reinforce your worth. Tell yourself, I am capable. I am worthy of success. I am more than enough. Over time, those affirmations will drown out the negativity, and you'll begin to see yourself in a new light. The more you believe in your own potential, the more you'll notice opportunities to rise above your doubts. The truth is, self-doubt doesn't have to control you. It only holds power over you if you allow it. So when those feelings of inadequacy arise, remind yourself that they don't define you. They're just temporary thoughts that you can choose to let go of. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right moment to pursue their dreams. They tell themselves, once I have enough money, time, or experience, I'll go after it. But here's the secret. The right moment is always now. There's never going to be a perfect time to take that leap, start that project, or chase that dream. Waiting for the ideal circumstances only keeps you stuck in a cycle of procrastination. Instead, choose to take action today. It doesn't matter if you're not perfectly prepared or if everything isn't lined up exactly as you envisioned. If you envisioned, what matters is that you take that first step. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, it's still progress. Every action you take today brings you one step closer to the life you desire. So, stop waiting for everything to be perfect. The perfect moment is right now, and it's waiting for you to seize it. Let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is one of the most common emotions we face when we think about stepping outside our comfort zones. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. It can feel overwhelming at times. But what if you started to see fear as a sign that you're on the right track? Fear is often the signal that you're pushing yourself to grow, that you're taking risks that will lead you to greater things. Instead of allowing fear to paralyze you, choose to see it as fuel. When you feel fear, take it as a sign that you're about to do something amazing. Embrace the fear and let it propel you forward rather than hold you back. The more you face your fears, the less power they have over you. The key to living a fulfilled, powerful life is to consistently remind yourself of your worth, your purpose, and your potential. This isn't a one-time affirmation or a motivational pep talk. This is something you must practice every single day. The more you affirm that you are capable, strong, and worthy of success, the more those affirmations become your reality. It's not just about saying the words, it's about truly believing them. When you believe in your power, you become unstoppable. No obstacle is too big, no dream is too far out of reach. And every time you speak positive truths about yourself, you reaffirm your ability to achieve whatever you set your mind to. Remember, the life you are living today is the result of the thoughts you had yesterday. So, if you want to change your life, you have to start by changing the way you think. You have the power to create your own destiny. It all begins with the words you speak to yourself. When you speak with confidence, when you speak with belief, and when you speak with love, you'll start to see the world reflect that back to you. And when you truly realize that everything you need is already inside of you, there will be no limit to what you can achieve. You've already got everything it takes to succeed. Now it's time to step into your power and make your dreams a reality. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you are destined for greatness. Not just the kind of greatness that's measured by external achievements, but the kind that comes from within. The kind that's rooted in your purpose, your values, and your unshakable belief in your potential. What would it feel like to begin each day with the knowledge that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to? That feeling of empowerment doesn't have to be just a dream. It can be your reality right now. Every single day is an opportunity to reaffirm that truth. When you wake up, choose to tell yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I am enough. The more you make these affirmations a part of your daily routine, the more they become ingrained in your belief system. And once you truly believe in your own power, you'll start to notice how the world around you shifts to reflect that belief. Think about the energy you project when you're confident in your abilities. The way you speak, the way you walk, the way you approach challenges, all of it changes. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with who you are, flaws and all. When you stop seeking validation from others and start validating yourself, you become unstoppable. You begin to trust in your decisions, trust in your actions, and trust that you are on the right path. This confidence comes from within, and it grows stronger each time you speak life into your dreams, into your goals, and into your potential. The more you affirm your self-worth, the more you begin to see opportunities, not obstacles. Confidence isn't something that just happens. It's something you create with every thought and every word you speak to yourself. There's a powerful shift that happens when you stop doubting yourself and start believing in your own abilities. Suddenly, the world doesn't seem so intimidating. The challenges you face no longer feel like insurmountable mountains. You start to see them as stepping stones, opportunities to learn, grow, and get closer to your goals. And it's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it as part of the journey. Every failure is a lesson, a chance to refine your skills and come back even stronger. So, the next time you face a setback, instead of feeling discouraged, remind yourself, I am learning, I am evolving. This setback is simply a stepping stone to my success. It's a mindset shift that will change everything. The way you speak to yourself has a direct impact on how you view the world. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, or that you're not worthy, then your life will reflect those beliefs. But when you change the narrative, when you start telling yourself that you are more than enough, that you are capable of achieving your dreams, you begin to see the world in a different light. You start to notice opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start to attract people and situations that align with your beliefs about yourself. The world responds to the energy you put out, and when you project confidence, positivity, and self-worth, the universe aligns itself to reflect that energy back to you. Another critical aspect of your journey is embracing your individuality. It's easy to compare yourself to others, to measure your progress against their achievements, but the truth is that your journey is uniquely yours. The path you take will never be the same as anyone else's, and that's something to be celebrated, not feared. Your strengths, your challenges, your experiences, these are the things that make you uniquely qualified to achieve your dreams. You don't have to follow someone else's blueprint for success. The key is to trust in your own instincts, to forge your own path, and to honor your own unique gifts. When you do this, you align yourself with your true purpose, and that's when magic happens. You stop trying to fit into someone else's mold, and you start creating your own. Let's talk about the power of consistency. So often we get caught up in the idea that success happens overnight, that one big breakthrough will change everything. But the truth is, success is built on small, consistent actions over time. It's about doing the work every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard. It's about showing up for yourself and your dreams, no matter what. When you commit to consistency, you build momentum. Each small step you take gets you closer to your goal. So, if you're feeling frustrated because you haven't reached your destination yet, remind yourself, I am making progress every single day. Every step counts. Success isn't just about reaching the finish line. It's about the journey, the growth, and the lessons you learn along the way. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when you question whether you're on the right path, when you feel like giving up. But in those moments, remember this. You've come too far to stop now. You've already proven to yourself that you have the strength, the resilience, and the ability to overcome challenges. You've faced obstacles before, and you've made it through every single one. So when doubt creeps in, counter it with the truth. Tell yourself, I have made it through tough times before, and I will make it through this too. The more you remind yourself of your past victories, the more you strengthen your resolve. Don't let temporary setbacks convince you to quit. Your success is waiting for you on the other side of perseverance. One of the most important lessons you can learn is the value of patience. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification. We want results, and we want them now. But success, growth, and true fulfillment take time. It's a process. It's about taking consistent, deliberate action every day, trusting that the results will come. Just like a plant needs time to grow from a seed into a full bloom, your dreams need time to come to fruition. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. Understand that your journey is unfolding exactly as it's meant to, and every step is leading you closer to your purpose. Keep going, even when you don't see immediate results. The best things in life take time, and you are worth the wait. You are not defined by your past. No matter what you've been through, no matter what mistakes you've made, you have the power to start fresh at any moment. Every day is a new opportunity to rewrite your story, to create a future that's aligned with your true desires. Your past does not dictate your future. It's simply the foundation upon which you can build something even greater. Don't let your past mistakes hold you back. Instead, use them as lessons that propel you forward. When you stop allowing your past to control your future, you open up endless possibilities for growth, transformation, and success. Another powerful shift happens when you start believing that abundance is your birthright. It's easy to get caught in the trap of scarcity thinking, believing that there's not enough to go around, that you have to fight for every opportunity, or that success is reserved for a select few. But that's simply not true. Abundance is everywhere, and there's more than enough success, wealth, and happiness to go around. When you start operating from an abundance mindset, you begin to attract more of the things you want into your life. You realize that there's no limit to what you can achieve, and that success doesn't take away from someone else's. You have access to unlimited potential. The more you believe in your own abundance, the more the world will reflect that belief back to you. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you've ever wanted is already within your reach. You've already done the hard work. Now, it's just a matter of trusting yourself and stepping into the life you've been dreaming about. Every single thing you need to succeed is already inside of you. The potential for greatness doesn't lie in some distant future or in a place outside of yourself. It's here, right now. You just need to awaken to it, acknowledge it, and start acting on it. There's no more waiting for the perfect moment. There's no more wondering if you're enough. You are enough, exactly as you are. And once you realize that, you'll stop doubting your worth and start living with the full confidence that you are destined for greatness. Every step you take, every action you take, brings you closer to the person you were always meant to become. Too often, we are conditioned to focus on what we lack, what we don't have, or what we still need to achieve. But the truth is, we often overlook the fact that we already have everything we need to succeed. It's not about waiting for the perfect set of circumstances to show up. It's about recognizing that you already have the skills, the mindset, and the inner strength to create the life you want. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve, refine your skills, and grow into a more powerful version of yourself. So stop focusing on what's missing and start focusing on what's already within you. You are more than capable of creating the life you desire right now with the resources you already have. Trust in yourself, Trust in your abilities and trust that you have everything you need to succeed. Every morning when you wake up, remind yourself that today is a new opportunity to take charge of your life. The past doesn't define you. The mistakes you've made don't have the power to control your future unless you allow them to. You get to decide how you show up in the world. You get to choose the story you tell yourself, the beliefs you embrace, and the actions you take. When you wake up with the mindset that today is a new chance to make progress toward your goals, you begin to approach every situation with a sense of purpose and determination. Don't let yesterday's failures or doubts hold you back today. You are not your past. You are the potential of today, ready to step into your greatness. One of the most powerful things you can tell yourself each day is that you are in control of your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions. It's easy to feel like life is happening to you, that circumstances are out of your control. But the truth is, you always have the power to choose how you respond to any situation. You may not have control over the challenges life throws at you, but you always have control over your reaction. When you start taking ownership of your mindset and emotions, you stop feeling like a victim of circumstance and start feeling like the creator of your own reality. Remember, the world doesn't control you. You control how you respond to the world. And when you consistently choose positivity, resilience, and determination, you begin to shape a life that reflects those choices. At times, life can feel like an uphill battle, but with each challenge you face, you have the opportunity to become stronger. Each struggle is a chance to test your resilience, to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. And when you face these challenges head-on, when you tell yourself, "I am capable of overcoming anything," you begin to build an unshakable foundation of strength and confidence. Life will always throw curveballs, but your ability to bounce back, to keep going despite the obstacles, is what sets you apart. When you keep moving forward, when you don't give up, you begin to see just how powerful you truly are. Your strength isn't measured by how many times you fall. It's measured by how many times you get back up, stronger and more determined than before. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the ability to be present. Too often, we get caught up in worrying about the future or ruminating over the past. But the truth is, the present moment is all we truly have. When you focus on the here and now, when you engage fully with the present moment, you unlock a sense of peace and clarity that can transform your life. Life is happening right now, and when you choose to embrace it, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. So when you wake up each morning, remind yourself that today is a gift. It's a fresh start, a new opportunity to be fully present and make the most of every moment. Don't wait for tomorrow to start living the life you want. Start today, right now, with the choices you make in the present. As you continue on your journey, remember that no dream is too big, no goal is too far out of reach. You have the power within you to achieve anything you set your mind to. It doesn't matter how long it takes or how many obstacles you face. What matters is that you keep going. The most successful people aren't the ones who never faced adversity. They're the ones who never gave up, no matter how many times they fell. So when you feel like quitting, when you feel like the road is too tough, remind yourself that success is built on perseverance. Your dreams are waiting for you on the other side of persistence. Keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Because when you don't give up, when you keep pushing through, you'll find that success is not just a possibility, it's inevitable. Remember that the thoughts you think and the words you speak are the most powerful tools at your disposal. Each thought shapes your reality, and every word you say reinforces your beliefs about yourself and the world. So if you want to change your life, you have to start with your mindset. Speak to yourself with love, kindness, and respect. Affirm your power, your worth, and your ability to succeed. When you choose to speak life into your dreams, you create a reality where those dreams are not only possible, they are already in the process of coming true. And as you continue to feed your mind with positive, empowering thoughts, you'll begin to notice the world around you shifting. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, and success will find its way to you. The journey you're on is uniquely yours, and every step you take brings you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Keep believing in yourself. Keep telling yourself that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of all the good things life has to offer. And when you face challenges, when you feel like giving up, remind yourself that these are simply the stepping stones to your success. You are on the path to greatness, and nothing can stop you now. Keep moving forward with confidence, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are destined for incredible things.